Well, hello everybody, this is yet another day in the DayZ mod. This time I'm going to visit the town of Vybor, however you pronounce it. And well, this is close to the northwest airfield, which makes it a pretty, well, it's a risky place, let's just put it that way. However, if you do decide to go here, which you probably should if you're nearby, there are a lot of loot spawns in this town. And this will be a guide to most of them. Well, in the beginning I'll just sneak into the town, show you how you should probably enter the town and get to the mall. Well, it's not a mall, the grocery store and the office building, because it's probably the best loot spawns in the town. So, well, that's just what I'll do now, and I'll start speaking once we get to the other side, into the grocery store. Okay, I'm at the grocery store now. The thing is, because the grocery stores have all these loot spawns, they are deal places for all players to go. So you should be careful. If you would encounter a player in a town, there's a big chance you will do so in the grocery store. So always be prepared. I didn't have a shooter at me on me at that moment. I'm carrying my axe, and I need painkillers, as you can probably see. So I'm not in an ideal condition for fighting players. But my friends, I had two friends with me at this point. We are splitting up late in the movie, but right now I have a lot of backup. They are heavily packed. One of them has a file, so that's what you could all you could wish for. So at this point, look, that's also why they're nice. These places you can find infields and such. I know what you're thinking. Infields are not the best weapons in the game, but they're enjoyable. I really just like having an infield in my hand, simply because it's probably one of the best looking weapons in the game, and it is very precise. You could aim down a target for I know how long I've shot things, but I think at least 300 miles. It's pretty accurate. So I do like the weapon, that's for sure. Well, when you check this grocery store, you should go for the office building. And if it's possible, and I'm twisting my nipple saying so, it is even more dangerous than the grocery store, because as you will probably see, it's filled with a lot of small offices where people can just hide themselves and wait for you to go by and then just kick-ass your nuts off. I mean, I'm not sure what a kick-ass nut is, but, well, kick style then. Roundhouse kick your face in. So, you should be careful around these parts. And I haven't really found a place like this in the game before. I haven't really been in the Cherno or Electro. I could imagine that such places would be there. However, I haven't found a similar place in any other town in the game, so it's pretty unique. So this is just worth the travel if you want to look at this place, see a building that's pretty uncommon. So but I mean, it's not the best loot. It's regular loot, so it's not because it's the best place to visit. But if you're looking for small firearms, food, medicine perhaps, this is the place to go. And remember, just watch out for players. It's the ideal place for players to lay and hide. So that's just what you have to have in mind. If you play safe, you're gonna catch something. I'm not sure what, but you could find what's worth gold in here. If you are a noob, that is. I am. Look at my weapon. I lost everything to a thief, so that's pretty embarrassing. Well, if you go upstairs, there's a nice view of the entire town, and it also, I'm not sure you can see it in this video, but there are two places I don't visit during this video that you could visit, because nearby there's a big barn, big warehouse. Actually, it's not a barn, so you should go there, and because, well, I think it's 8 loot spawns or something like that. You could easily find a better weapon. And again, there's a factory area. I don't even believe there is a loot spawn there, but there could be a car. I guess some cars spawn there, so it is worth checking if you do have the time. But well, what I'll do now is not. It will take too long just featuring all my walking around the town, so I'll just focus on some of the loot spawns, some of the places you should look for, and well, actually it will begin in a few seconds, so just stay put. This will be awesome. So well, yeah, the first place you should check if you go down here, there are a lot of those tunnels, those passageways, and they're filled with loot. And on the other side of that passageway, there's one of those places you can find water. You can fill water, and there's well, a lot of those shelters, or whatever you call them, where you can find scooters and such in the town. I'm not sure how many spawns there are, but I have featured some in the video. The next houses you should look for are the big red ones. There are 2 of those in the town, and they are worth checking. It's not the best loot. I'm not sure how many spawns there are, perhaps 4 or 5, but well, I found a magnum inside that room, so it is worth checking. These houses are dangerous. I've been killed in one of those before by a player sitting there waiting for me. So you should beware of these places. But if you do succeed getting here, they drop very good loot. I found a camo clothing here, so not in this house. There are 2 of these houses. I found it in here, in the other one, and I'll show you where the other one is in not long time. Yeah, this is one of the other of those warehouses. Not warehouses. I don't know what they're called, but. And then there's one of these houses, not the best houses. You should definitely not pull zombies in there. But I guess the main reason for you to come to this place is not for the loot, it's for the sculpture. This is why I made a tourist guide for this place. There's one hell-ass nice sculpture featuring World War II soldiers, a memoir, not a memoir, but memorial, that's the name. It's a memorial, it's kick-ass. The guys, they're just, you know, they're ball dripping. I mean, seriously, just looking at that statue gives me a hard on. And if I had time that moment, I would jack off, because this is truly glorious. So this is what you should check if you're here. Also, because if you're not really interested in the statue, there's one of those loot tunnels over there. Pretty nice, isn't it? So and then the red building again. And if you go through that red building, you will come to one another of those houses I don't know what's called. And next to it is one of those orange buildings with a nice loot. So that's pretty much everything in this place. There are some things I've not featured, like the toilets. You should look for loot in the toilets. And there are loot spawns in the dog houses as well. You should check that. And I guess I've not been all around. There are probably more of those houses I don't know what's called. Workshops perhaps, I'm not sure. So this is generally a really good place to check for loot. Not military loot, but survival loot, that is. So well, that's it for me. I guess next to this town there's another town. I can't remember its name. I think it's Lipotko or something like that, and I will feature it, I guess, in another video. However, it should not be long, and that no really tourist attractions or something like that. So it should be pretty short, I guess. Well, that's it for me. Hope you enjoy my guide. More videos will come up eventually. So that's it for me. See ya, guys.